Hello, hello everyone. It's Jen with Roxybonds Creates, and today it's time for show and tell. And so I would like to show you what has been on my craft table over the last month, in the month of April. I have done some crafting, both well, I did one layout with photos, but the rest have just been some things I've been working on. And this first one, I'm super excited to share. This is some new product that is coming in May. This is a Memories and More card kit that I took and sliced and diced and made this super fun layout. Now, this was a project that I saw at our on stage event. We got these this card pack in our kit, and there was a make and take, which was a single page layout similar to this. But what they did is they took the strips of the cards and used it as a background. And so I kind of altered that a little bit, added some black cardstock that paired perfectly with it. And then this awesome brand new in color, which is the Timid Tiger. And I added my photo mats back here. I cut a title. The Celebrate was cut from my Cricut, but the bracket that went around it was from a die cut. And then these fun little banners were cut directly out of the cards. And so I was able to make a 2-page layout that some of my customers are going to be able to make this in the month of May as part of a special event that I have coming up. So I'm really excited about that. But this is the first layout that I created. And then next, this is a really special sneak peek because I have a workshop kit that I will be offering to my customers in the month of May as well. And so this one uses the Floral Delight collection. So this is the Floral Delight DSP, the Floral Delight Vellum. So it's got a Floral Delight Vellum paper, vellum paper, I guess you could say, vellum set with it. And then it introduces a new flower die set called Impressions Abloom. And so we use this brand new die set that is coming in the month of May on this workshop. This workshop also includes some Cricut cuts, a file with Cricut cuts that you can cut out your titles. And so I'm very excited about that. And so this is the first page, Sun-Kissed Memories. Such a pretty little page here that you could use for just about anything fun in the sun. The next page here is a part of that collection. And this one is pretty open because you could use anything as your title. And so in the instructions, it tells you to cut out Nestled and Blessed, but you could cut out anything you want with the paper that is included in that. This also features the Everyday Arches die set. Cutting these arches and adding them as like banner pieces on the layouts just turned out super, super nice. And it's cutting the DSP and some of that vellum paper as well. So that is such a fun little page. You can see it also includes some ribbon here, which you could, swap out with whatever ribbon you like. And then some fun embellishing on there as well. The next layout here is called Backyard Fun, and this one has some Cricut cuts that are included in there to help you make this little Adirondack chair, a little lemonade glass on your page, a little journaling piece here, and then just a really great page to document some of those backyard fun gatherings that you may have, or fun times around the pool, whatever you may do in the backyard. And then last, so we've got kind of a variety of layouts here. This last one is Easter, and I'm super excited to be using this with my Easter photos from just last weekend, in fact. And Again, we have some of the everyday arches. They kind of look like eggs kind of tucked in there. You could, I glued these down, but you could use them as like pull out journaling, or even pull them out and add like a small photo behind as well. And then the Cricut cuts have these little Easter eggs with some grass and the Easter title. Can't wait to put my photos on this one. So this is a workshop that I will have available for my customers in the month of May. It is a guide with that is available with a purchase. And then when you get the guide, you get also the titling. So next up, I spent some time working with the On the Go travel collection, and I just love this collection. So this layout here was inspired by another demo, Pamela Blackwell. She created this layout and I copied it almost exactly because I loved the design. She had these awesome squares that she put on the diagonal to make this background. And I thought that was super, super fun. And then she had some photos of her husband and her traveling together. And it just inspired me because my husband and I have been doing a lot of traveling together, just the two of us in the last few months. In this last, I guess, school year is kind of what I would say. We've gone on 3 or 4 trips, just the two of us, no kids. You know, our kids are teenagers now. And so we've been able to travel a little bit together. And so this one was from our trip to Detroit. And so I've got some pictures, you know, on the plane, and then when we got there, and then we were in Detroit. Actually, this is in Canada, across the river from Detroit, so you can see Detroit in the background. And then I wanted to document like how we had our passports and we were driving through from one side, you know, from the US over into Canada, and then we were in Canada and we had dinner one night. So and then I added a flip flap on this one, which I will attach to the page protector once I have that in the page protector. But this was just a fun little travel set. I love the bright colors, and the bright colors went really, really well with these photos because he and I are in like mostly black and white. So when you know, when we're in black and white clothing, you can add any colors. So the pink and the teal and the blue and the yellow, that just kind of like, it played perfectly with these photos. So I was super excited to document this time that he and I have had together. And I also created several more pages using the On the Go collection that I look forward to adding more travel photos too. So this is the only one that I have with photos on it. But let's take a look at the other pages I have here. So this one here is, and what I will say is I actually took the layout instructions from the layouts I just showed you with the Floral Delight collection and reworked them with the travel papers. So if they look familiar, that's why. So this design here on the other collection, it had the everyday arches down here, but I just made banner pieces. And so I've just got this really fun travel page. I love this title. I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list, and that is 100% me. So I always have travel plans. I am, you know, just a big travel girl these days. I love to go places, and I'm working on travel hacking using points and just, you know, like it's kind of a hobby of mine to plan and see what I can do with my points traveling. So I have lots of things in the works, and so I always like to have travel pages created. This one uses the On the Go paper DSP collection, but this the tags on here and the stamping is from the bundle that goes with that. And so I think it's called Keeping Tabs. I'm not 100%. That might actually be wrong. But like I've said before, I can't keep up with all the names of everything, but I try. So this is the first layout. The second layout here, this is my Adventure Awaits page here. And on this one, I really liked what I did here with the cardstock. So I took this just plain cardstock and I spritzed it with some water, and then I crumpled it up, and then I laid it flat, and it kind of gave it this like suede look, which is super fun to do. Just a fun little technique that you can do with your two-tone cardstock. And so this one has lots of space for photos. I can always add flip-flaps if I have too many photos. And then if you don't have enough photos, you can always swap out Like these are just photo placeholders, so I could peel it off and put a journaling piece, or even put a journaling piece right over there. But it also does have a, this DSP has some cut apart cards in it. And so this one I thought would work well for some journaling. So this is the second page. The third in this little collection here, this one is titled Destination Relaxation. And so this is just a fun little layout that I can add any kind of photos to. Because I put the title relaxation, I always feel like, you know, traveling is, you know, not working. So anytime I'm traveling, it might not be fully relaxing, but, you know, that could be the goal. And so this is just a fun one. I had some tags that were cut from the DSP, and then I added some of the twine that went with it. The twine came in a 3-pack, which was Azure Afternoon, is the blue, Strawberry Slush, which is a new in color. That is the pink, and then the green is Shy Shamrock. And then on this one, I did do a little bit of random stamping on this cardstock. So I used an older stamp that had a passport and a couple of airplanes on it. And I just random stamped it. So it's not plain cardstock, but it just gives it a little bit of tone on tone texture there. And then the title I cut on my Cricut. Okay, and then the last one in this collection here is Let the Journey Begin. And again, the title was cut on my Cricut. I used on this layout a shimmer brush to just add some texture because there is a lot of white space here. The patterns on this layout and the design is, you know, minimal coming in from the sides. Yes, you do cover a lot of the white space with your photo places. And this is just a cut apart, kind of like a tag, not a tag, but like a little cut apart card that came from the DSP. So I thought I'd use that as like a sort of a journaling piece, but just more of like a decorative piece. And then on here, I could write like locations that we went, cities that we saw, or, you know, places that we're going to go on this vacation, whatever it may be. A little bit of journaling on this side. And then I love these little like key tags. They're super fun. And so this one has lots of spaces for my photos too. And I love the way these all turned out. So thank you for joining me. This is what I have created with the on-the-go product suite. And like I said earlier, these last 4 layouts were using the same exact layout cutting guide that I did with the floral suite, the Floral Delight suite. And so if you do use this collection, so this is, I'm just bringing in the same design, right? So it's the same design, just different products, right? So when you get a workshop guide, you know, if you are one of my customers and you do get this workshop guide from me, just know that you can always use it with other papers. And so I will include kind of a tip sheet in that one for using it with the on-the-go travel collection. So if you wanted to then recreate the layouts using this collection, you could do that. So thank you for joining me once again, and I hope you've enjoyed Show and Tell for the month of April.